Hey, we've had so many questions about this GMC van that I thought I would do a video to try to answer some questions that are repeatedly coming my way. So first of all, here's the report on the vehicle. You can see the VIN number and the details on the rear-wheel drive, the number of cylinders, the engine size, and all that. And now I will go give you a tour of the vehicle right there. So let's go take a look. So a little bit about this vehicle. We bought this vehicle. It was in storage for quite a long time. It had fuel in it that had sat in the vehicle for probably years. It ran, after we got it started, it ran with a lot of foul emissions coming from it, so we had to replace the fuel tank, fuel pump. We actually had to replace the fuel pump to get it started, but we eventually replaced the entire fuel tank. Take a look here. You can see that new fuel tank. We replaced the fuel pump, both fuel filters, the one by the tank and the one up by the engine. We replaced the plugs and wires, and it runs, but it's still running kind of rough. So that's the question everyone asks. What's wrong with it? Why is it running poorly? I don't know why it's running poorly, but that's why the price, we have it here for $3,500. We reduced the price to $2,500 because we don't want to have to fix it and put more money into it to sell it. We want to sell it running as is and let the buyer fix it. So please don't ask why it's not running properly or why it's running rough. It's probably something to do with compression. Could be a valve. Could be a gasket. Something with the engine, though, needs to be looked at before you can take this on a road trip. I'm going to go inside this because it's going to be quieter. So here's the inside of the vehicle. A little bit more about the story of this vehicle is that it was not running at all when we first got it. I listed it for $1,000 and I had several hundred responses really quickly. So we decided to try to fix it up a little bit and get a little bit more for it. But as you can see, this was a converted vehicle by a professional van conversion company. That back seat folds into a bed, and it's done very well. And this is a 25-year-old vehicle, but it's in really good shape. This would be an ideal van life vehicle if you wanted to convert it, live in it, do whatever. All right, so let's check out the engine. Another question I get is, does the AC work? We're in the South. The AC is important here. It's hot and humid. The air is not hot, but it's not cool. It probably needs to be recharged. People who are interested in this vehicle need to realize it's 25 years old and it needs some work. It's not just perfect to ready to go camping and living in. But that's why the price is only $2,500. It's a vehicle that can be restored into a really nice vehicle with some time and money. All right, so let's take a look at the engine, or at least the front part of the engine. The engine, of course, is underneath that cowl. You can see I'll show you the exhaust first. See the exhaust? That used to be just streaming white clouds of emissions because of the problem with the fuel system. That's totally cleared up. But as you can hear, it is running a little bit roughly. Try to do this with one hand. That's it. Okay, so that's it. $2,500 gets you this 1995 GMC van, 2500 Bandura. It's called a Rally Wagon for some reason by General Motors. It's very cool. People ask about rust. There's no rust on it. Look at the panels. It's clean underneath. The only rust or anything resembling any kind of rust is the roof. And it's not really even rust. It's just paint. So that's it.